Okay, so our Tomcat is running, our web application is deployed, and now let's try sending HTTP requests to it. So I'll bring up Postman, and I have HTTP post request opened, the one that we used to create a new user by sending HTTP post request with user details into the /users. Now this request was sent to a local host, but now when our web application is deployed to a remote Linux server, we'll need to change this URL. So I will go back to my Tomcat web application manager and I will copy the URL from here, including the port number. So I'll copy the URL and go back to my Postman, and let's actually open a new tab, and that will be HTTP post request to the following URL / and now if I go back to my project and open resources, we have specified the context path to our project as mobile app WS. So I will copy the context path and I will paste it here / and then we have users, and this is it. So we're sending HTTP post request to / users web service endpoint to create a new user. Now let's go to headers and provide the content type of this request as application JSON, because we are going to use JSON representation of the data that we're sending. And let's provide the accept header to indicate that we want to get back a JSON representation as well. Application JSON, like this. Now I'll switch to body, and under the body I'll choose row, and I will go to my old request and copy the body of HTTP request and paste it here. So I'm going to create a new user with the first name, last name, and let's change the email, something like sergey@sergey.com, and the password is 123. Okay, I think we are all good, and let's just send it. And we get back a successful response. We have a user ID generated for us, our API is deployed, and it's working. We can also try to sign in with the newly created user credentials. So I'll open a new tab, and that will be for the login. And I will also update the URL with the remote server URL and replace this part. Okay, so that's going to be HTTP post request to / users login, but we also need to provide the context path of our project and paste it here. And now check headers, content type, body, and this time it is sergey@sergey.com. And let's send it. And we got back a successful response. HTTP status code is 200. Let's look at the headers, and we have authorization header containing the JSON web token, and we should have a user ID here. So all is working, and we have our API running on a remote server.